Good evening, this is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com doing another video here for you on a Sunday night. And again, it's Sunday evening. The markets are closed tomorrow in honor of Martin Luther King. And I'm glad that they are closed, not just because it's a day off, but because I respected much of what the approach that man took. So just leave it at that. I just want to say that. And also, I think it's tragic how his life was ended. And tragic. So anyway, let's get down to it. A lot of people say, how do we measure how the market's doing? How do we know where to go? I'm really big on systems and routines. I used to periodically teach outdoor survival skills at high elevation levels. That's a whole different story up in the mountains. Anyway, here's the bottom line. I love systematizing things. It keeps us safe. It keeps us focused. It keeps us on track. You can say, well, how do you do that? Do you have to look at a million different things? And the answer is no. I'm going to show you a classic example. I have these ticker symbols in this order on my trading investing platform. And here they are, charting platform. Here we go. The diamonds. And you can just see, what is this? This is the 200-day, the 50-day, the 20-day. These are all simple. And the 8-day exponential. And you can just see. They go sideways and then they grind up. They go sideways again. It lifts off the 8-day and it goes up. The Dow's been moving up nicely. There's the Dow. Here's the DDM. This is the leverage of the diamonds. Okay, so it's nothing fancy. Grinding on up. It's a mirror image. Here you go. Here you go. So you can say, okay, so that's the Dow. That's 30 stocks. Well, it's easy to manipulate 30 stocks. What else do we need to look at? It's short and sweet, folks. You look at the spiders. The spiders have been moving up. Look at this. Isn't that nice? They're not exploding, but they're moving up nicely. Had a nice close on Friday on good volume. That's what we want to see. That's the spiders. We take it a step further. SSO, grinding on up. Now notice this. Oh, that got messed up, sorry. SSO, grinding on up on decent volume here, even Friday. Just grinding, goes sideways and it marches up. It's basically an extension, a mirror extension of the spiders. It's just that it's leveraged. That's all it is. So you can say, well, okay, the Dow is strong. The S&P 500 is strong. Well, what about the NASDAQ? How's that doing? Let's look at that. And it's going up and grinding up also. Lifted off this shelf and moving up. Just like the other ones. That's nice to see. QLD is an extension of this. This is a leveraged ETF, and it's walking on up. So let's think this through. We just looked through 6 ETFs. You can narrow it down and only look at 3. You could look at the diamonds, the spiders, and the Qs to get a good idea of where the strength or where the weakness is. It helps keep you in line. I'm going to go back and show you something. See the diamonds here grinding on up? Gosh, I wonder what stocks are in the Dow. The Dow is only 30 stocks. You see this nice trend in here all through, October, November? Well, you could look at this and say, back here you could look at this. I'll slide it back and say, it's right here. And you can say, gosh, the Dow's been strong. I guess if it starts to lift through this top right here, going sideways, if it starts to take out this price, I should be looking at some Dow stocks. What a novel idea. Folks, there are only 30 stocks in the Dow. 30. So when the Dow's strong, you can focus or key on those. We did that. Here's an example. Look at Caterpillar. Little shelf right here. It was strong here. Little shelf right here. Grinding on up. Keyless stock right in here. Goes up, goes back, held the 8-day, and grinds up. Walking up the 8-day. And I pointed it out. Trend space. It's in the Dow. You can say, well, are there any other examples, Pat? Well, I'll show you another one. Boeing. Boeing is in the Dow. Look at this. Grinding on up. So watch this, folks. This is moving on up. I'll do this again. Here's the diamonds. You look at the diamonds back here, and you'll say, what date is that? That is 11/27. And you can say, that's going sideways. 11/27. That's going sideways. Are there any Dow stocks that could be doing good? Caterpillar. And I'll take it back to 11/27. Here we go. Oh, went too far there, didn't I? There we go. Nope, back further. There's 1127. So the Dow's lifting off. This is going sideways. It's still above the 20-day and it's in a channel. You're like, gosh, I guess if it takes out the top of this channel, if the Dow keeps on going, maybe Caterpillar will lift through this channel, this little base right here. The Dow takes off the next day and this starts to pick up. And you can say, gosh, that looks decent. You know, the Dow's gotten stronger. Maybe this is a big Dow stock. Maybe Caterpillar would be good. Goes sideways on a slight pickup in volume, but it's still above the 8-day and the 20. And then boom, off it goes and takes off. Right here, this date is 11/30. I'll take it up one more day. 12/1. There you go. So 11/30 and 12/1. I'll go back to the diamonds and change that to there's 11/30. You're looking at the Dow flying and you go, gosh, here's a Dow stock that's starting to pick up too. Maybe I should pick up some. And the next day it gets loose. But what happens? Caterpillar kicked into gear and took off. So there you go. So let's go back to our ETFs real quick, okay? So the spiders picked up. I got a bad data point there, I'm sorry. SSO grinds up. The Qs lifting on up. QLD moving on up. IWM. Now check this out, folks. This is what's always neat. I'll use SSO, okay? Oh, we'll use the Qs. The Qs closed really strong on Friday. You see that? Right near their highs of the day on good volume. How did IWM do this day? It closed up, but it didn't close as strong. Now, am I saying, oh, you got to sell? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that on Friday, they didn't perform as well. The Russell 2000, the small cap stocks, didn't perform as well as the bigger ones. That's all. Just a little flag waving to tell you what's going on. So I just wanted to share that with you. Systems, what do you say? Cut to the chase. You should have on your charting platform the diamonds, the spiders, the Qs, IWM. And if you want to use the leveraged, you could do the DDM and the SSO, but you could just do those four. I'll say it again. I'll show you again. The diamonds, the spiders, and I've got a bad data point on there from tonight, so, and I know the markets are closed. The Qs, IWM. You look at those four, it tells you where to go, but it also tells you where not to go. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I hope that helps you. My goal with these videos this weekend are this, to educate you, to get you up to speed faster. I hope it helps. That's my goal. I just want to help people just speed up that learning curve, improve your game plan. That's all I'm trying to do. I thank you very much. Have a good night and a safe night.